Hey guys, it's Holly back with the world's slackest Q&A series, which is actually a pajama party, except today I'm filming it in the middle of the day, so I'm just dressed really casually instead, but also look really put together. I know it's confusing. Also, happy Halloween. Yes, I've named this entire month after myself because I'm really obnoxious. And I've got my pumpkin Lego earrings on, and I've got a pumpkin candle in the back, which isn't actually on because it's quite hot today. It's only October. I'm gonna sound like a broken record by the time we get to January. So in these pajama parties, I ask you guys to ask me a bunch of questions on whatever you want, and then I'll sit down and answer it. And since it seems to be a monthly occurrence at this point, some of these might be a bit old. So Brian asks, do you think Lego has changed your life, and where would you be without it? Brian, oh my gosh. And I don't want this to be like, oh, I wouldn't be spending as much as if I didn't have Lego, or my room would be cleaner and I'd have more space. No, Lego has literally changed my life, especially over the last 4 or 5 months. It's been insane. But I think it's less so that Lego has changed my life. I think it's more so that Lego and YouTube have changed my life. Because Lego before that was really just my hobby. Like, I love sitting down to build it. I find it really therapeutic and really relaxing and a great way to just de-stress. Just like a lot of other people as well. Yes, I am spending a lot of money on Lego, more so than I used to, which I'm really trying to cut back on because I've realized how big of a problem it's actually become. It shifted my sleep schedule. It shifted my life. It's all I really think about for the most part. The only time I really don't think about it is when I'm talking to my friends or I'm at dancing and then I'm focused on dancing, and then as soon as I get back in the car, I'm like, right, I need to edit when I get home. But I think the biggest thing for me is the amount of people that I've met through Lego and through the Lego community and YouTube and things like that, and the opportunities that it's given me. It's been incredible so far. And if all that has happened in the first 4 months, I can't wait to see where I'm at in a year. I'm so excited for the future. There's no catchy slogan wants to know, am I ever going to try and get every single Lego Harry Potter set ever made? Yes, I am. That is a very long-term goal for me because Lego Harry Potter is expensive, and I know the longer I put it off, the harder and more expensive it's probably going to get. The way I'm planning on doing this though is getting every single 2018 and up set first, and at the moment all I'm missing is Percival Graves and the Diagon Alley promo from 2018. That's all I have, and then I've got all of the Fantastic Beasts and all of the Harry Potter sets from 2018 onwards. Then I'm planning to go back to 2010 and 2011, and I'm pretty sure I've got every single 2010 set besides the poly bags. Then in 2011, all I'm missing is the Night Bus and the Forbidden Forest, and then I've got all of them, and then from there, I'm just gonna go back through the catalog, starting with the sets that I feel like I want most and that are at a reasonable price range, and then eventually I'll work my way up to things like the Chamber of Secrets and the Shrieking Shack and all of the Goblet of Fire sets. Geez, those are so expensive. Jack wants to know, do I like the Cursed Child in brackets book? Well, to me, the Cursed Child is a play because the book is literally a script, and as someone who's a theatre kid, for me when I read it, it was really easy. But then as well, I was planning a trip to the UK, and I pretty much centered the entire time frame of when I was going to go around when I could get Cursed Child tickets, because I wanted to see the play in real life, how it was supposed to be done. And there are definitely problems I have with the script. Nothing with the first half. I absolutely love the first half. It was beautiful, and I think the stage production is amazing. It's like just parts of the story don't really like. People are always like, oh, do you like accept it as canon? I mean, I guess. I don't really want to wipe Scorpius from my memory. He's the best part of that play. I love Scorpius Malfoy. Carter wants to know, what is one Lego theme I wish could happen, but no, it's either too niche or too adult for Lego to actually create. And I've had a few ideas for this because there's so many things that I would want to see, but I just know that Lego's never going to make it. And the one I think I keep coming back to is like a Lego Broadway or musical or like play line. Like, just think about it, them doing like mini dioramas of like the stage sets and things like that, and then you have different characters based off the Broadway productions. How cool would that be? Like, of course you'd have Hamilton, you'd probably have like Chicago, you could probably do the Lion King as well, and Wicked, and I just feel like that would be so cool. And I imagine if they did do something like that, it would sell really well. Like, there would be so many theatre kids that would jump on that and just have like a little collection on a shelf. But I feel like Lego's really not going to touch it because it's for such a very specific market. And although that market is very dedicated and would purchase the products, it's not going to be very widely sold. Myra wants to know, will I be doing YouTube for a full-time job or getting another job but still do YouTube? And at the moment, I would say that it's pretty much my full-time job. Like, I do have stuff that I'm doing on the sides, but for the most part, YouTube runs my entire life right now. And it's definitely not enough on its own to sustain me right now, and I really hope to change that in the future. I would absolutely love to make this my full-time job and my only job. That is like my goal. If I can reach that, that would be incredible. And I imagine it's going to take a very long time to get to that point, so I'm going to keep doing stuff on the side, but I'm not going to stop YouTube, although I'm probably going to have to stop doing daily uploads at some point if it can't sustain me on its own, because that is a lot to keep up with. So yeah, if you ever think that I've put too many ad rolls in my videos, firstly, I'm sorry. Secondly, I'm trying to support myself. Thank you. Speaking of mid-rolls, actually. Sorry, I had to. It was just the perfect opportunity. Lego Man Studios wants to know what my dream Lego set that I could make and pick figures for, and just explain this with lots of detail. No problem, Lego Man Studios. So this used to be the Scooby-Doo Spooky Castle, and I think I've said this quite a few times actually, but recently, the more and more I think about it, especially after buying Rapunzel's tower, which I plan on building today and I'm really excited to do, is to have Lego Disney and Lego Pixar sets with minifigures. Like, we've gotten Lego Pixar minifigures before with like The Incredibles and Toy Story and the old Toy Story sets, but like they were junior sets, the newer ones, and they're like high-key sucked. But specifically looking at Disney princesses, I want them to have minifigures so bad. And like, you see the amount of Pixar projects as well going up on Lego Ideas. It's stuff that people want. We've had the Up House and we've had Ratatouille pop up so many times on Lego Ideas. Like, I just want it to happen. And even WALL-E got selected. I wish I bought that set because it looks so cool. So currently, the dream set that I keep thinking back to is a minifigure Beast's castle from Beauty and the Beast, or even maybe Gaston's tavern or Belle's house. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I do want to try and create this somehow, because I have so many ideas of how I would do the minifigures. And the best part is I could probably put this on Ideas because a lot of these pieces do already exist. Like, we've got Mrs. Potts and we've got Chip, all from the Disney Princess line. Even the Beast's face, if you just reprinted it, you wouldn't have to do any new molds. I have so many ideas for this and I really want to do it, and if I do it, I want to do it well. So this is a project that I'm going to start working on. I don't think I'm really gonna do anything with it maybe until December or January. Mid-December is when my life usually starts to calm down, and then January I have like nothing to do ever. So yeah, I'm really gonna try and smash it out at the beginning of next year. Aiden wants to know what my favorite Lego Ideas set is from the most recent 10K selection, and which do I want to be a set the most. Now, I actually need to look up what these were because I don't remember all of them. I forgot exactly how many there are. Now, looking at these, I can see a lot that I definitely don't think are going to be selected. And of course, the one that I do want to be selected, although I feel like it's probably not going to happen anymore, which is really unfortunate, is Ash and Flash's Fall Guys project. I love the look of this set, but unless Fall Guys start making constant updates and can keep themselves a fresh and relevant game, I really don't think it's gonna happen. Fall Guys is a really fun game. I still love playing it, but the fact that they only added 4 new courses and a bunch of new skins in their season 2 is really upsetting. I wish there was more courses. They need to do like challenges and things, and there's so many like little improvements they could make to keep it relevant. And if they do that, I do think it could possibly be a set. Ratatouille as well. That looks absolutely beautiful, and I would buy that instantly. And being such a big Disney fan, I love the look of that, and same with the Up House. So those two are amazing. I really love Minnie Book's Avatar The Last Airbender set as well, although I didn't really watch that growing up, but if that did get selected, I would buy it. Although just like Fall Guys, unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen purely because SpongeBob didn't get selected. And Starry Night, I would definitely say, is another one of my favorites. That looks beautiful and it is so unique. Like, I absolutely love it. If that got selected, like, hands down, I'm buying that one too. Deep South Card Collectors asked if I play an instrument, and if not, what would I want to play? I used to do band when I was in like year 3, grade 3 type of thing, and I did it for like 7 weeks, and I played the saxophone because I wanted to be like Lisa Simpson. Although I did not enjoy it, so I quit. I've also tried playing the guitar before, which was a lot of fun, but I just didn't stick to it, and I could not tune a guitar to save my life. I really wish I could play the piano as well, but every time I try, my right hand is just killing it, and then I try and use my left hand for the chords, and it just doesn't want to cooperate. I can't seem to use both hands at once, which is so frustrating because like I'll learn a song and I'll only be able to do one half of it and none of the chords. because my right hand is the only hand that seems to want to do anything. But I can play the triangle pretty well. Jawan wants to know what my favorite Lego MOC is I've ever seen. So this one I found recently. It popped up in my recommended, and it was this amazing looking Battle for Hogwarts MOC by this YouTuber called Ethan Network, and I watched, I think it was his most popular Hogwarts update. That's the one that popped up, and I looked at it and it was incredible. It is this massive large scale Hogwarts MOC, and it's all done using dark tan, which I've never seen someone do before, and I personally think it looks so much better than having the light tan. But I saw this project and I went back through and watched a ton of the other mocked updates, and I just could not believe the work he was doing. Also, how much space that would take up. It blows mine out of the water. I mean, of anything really blows mine out of the water. Mine's just like doing some interior adjustments on like a play scale size thing. But that large scale MOC is beautiful, and you all need to check it out. It's amazing. The Awakened Builder wants to know what I would think is the hardest thing about collecting Lego in Australia, and hands down, it would be how hard it is to buy sets. Firstly, none of the retail stores ever put sets out early. I mean, besides Star Wars, which I think is mainly because the Lego store was allowed to this year. But other than that, everything comes out 2 weeks later in retail stores. So if you want it on release day, you need to go to the Lego store and pay full retail price, or order it off Shop at Home, which, speaking of Shop at Home, we do not get nearly as much stock as any other country. So many things sell out and they take so long to actually come back in stock. But also, we don't get like a lot of the 20th anniversary sets, for example. Like, they're only on Shop at Home, and we don't have a wide range of Star Wars stock from like the last 2 years. We only really have the newest stuff, which is so frustrating. But also, our Lego store VIP systems are two very different things, and I'm actually gonna make a video like talking about all of the different VIP systems from around the world, because I feel like a lot of people don't actually realize that our ones do not connect. So like, if I was to take advantage of double VIP points at the moment, I wouldn't be able to redeem them in store. I could only do an order online. Besides that though, I don't think it would be too much different. It's definitely just we don't have as much in stock ever, and our actual product range is probably a lot smaller because we don't have stuff from like a year ago hanging around. Fab81 wants to know, do I keep any of my Lego boxes? Yeah. Unfortunately. I used to keep every single Lego box, and now that I've started buying a lot more, I'm really trying not to do that. For the most part, I'll keep all of my D2C sets. For example, I've got my Hogwarts Castle box underneath my bed, I've got the Burrow underneath my bed, I've got all of my 2010 ones which have been flattened, and they're all in our attic. Same with my Scooby-Doo ones and things like that. I'm definitely keeping them. I'm not letting go of them. And for the most part, I will just keep stuff that is licensed, which unfortunately is most of what I buy. So for example, I'll keep all my Harry Potter boxes, all of my Star Wars boxes, and any big D2C sets. But the problem is as well is that I don't want to flatten them down, and I'm starting to rethink that option and maybe start flattening more of them and then shoving them inside one big box. But if you do throw your Lego boxes away, keep it up, because it definitely takes up a lot of space that I really do need. Brickmas wants to know, do I have the Republic Gunship, and if not, would you buy it? I really want the Republic Gunship. I was watching the A4 wife, and she posted a video where her and her husband managed to get the old Republic Gunship from 2013 from a Bricks and Minifigs store. That's the store name, isn't it? Bricks and Minifigs? Yes. And after watching that, I was like, you know what? I really want this. So I went hunting on eBay and like Gumtree and other places like that and tried to find one, and I found one, and it was in my area, and I was just like looking at it, and I was so tempted, but it was just so much money. I was like, I can't do this. And I know that the UCS one is coming out soon, but I would personally prefer just a play scale one. But I am going to keep my eye out and see what that UCS one is like. And hopefully if it's really good and not too big, I probably will buy that. And lastly, Quinn wants to know, what do I mean when I say in a coffee table? I always say it lol. So I really haven't explained this very well. So whenever I say like I would want to put the UCS Falcon or Mos Eisley or even Diagon Alley for that matter in a coffee table, basically what I mean is doing this. And this is something I've seen on Pinterest quite a lot actually. And I looked at it and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So basically I would custom make, or at least I'd try to custom make, I might need someone to help me cut the glass and things like that, a coffee table so that I could put a giant Lego set in it, and then I would put it in the living room and be able to have this set on display in glass firstly, so that it wouldn't get dusty, and 2, on display so that a ton of people can see it. If I'm gonna spend that much money on a Lego set, I want people to notice. I want people to be like, whoa, that's amazing. Is that Lego? And I'd be like, yes, it is. How cool is it? It's actually the largest Lego set ever made. Firstly, conversation starter. Secondly, very practical use of space. Can we just appreciate that? Getting a custom made coffee table would really just be like the top tier to like Lego collecting. That is my dream, is to put a Lego set inside a coffee table at this point. That is the most lame and adult thing I think I've ever said. Anyway guys, that is all for this week, and anyone who was tuning into the Fortnite streams as well would know that I was talking about possibly doing like a relationship / dating advice Q&A. Don't worry, that is coming, and if you have any questions relating to that, let me know in the comments below, and also any questions just in general, let me know, and hopefully I'll be able to answer them in the next video. But if you enjoyed this one, please give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channels down below, and until next time, I'll see you later.